This is Mike J. Welcome to my channel. What I want to talk about here today is run flats versus temporary spare tires. Those of you know today's new cars, most of them don't even come with a spare tire. All they do is give you a pump with some goo in it, stick it in the trunk, and there you go. If you get a flat, you're going to go out and have to stop and pump it up and put the goo that comes out of the pump into the tire. So by the time you get to your destination where you need to fix the tire, which is a temporary fix, they're going to have to dismount the tire, and it will destroy your tire pressure monitoring inside the tire, and then they're going to have to charge you for a new one, and then all the added expenses of cleaning out the wheel and the rim and all that stuff. But what I do is I own a Camaro and I own a Mustang. Well, the Camaro has run flats. There is no spare tire. There is no temporary spare, nor is there an option to put one in. Now the Mustangs, on the other hand, they do have a spare tire option, but it is just a temporary spare. If you do not opt for the optional spare tire in the Mustang, you will get a pump with goo. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a better way where you can save your tire and get it to a repair facility without damaging the tire pressure monitoring and doing all the mess inside the tire once you put the goo in, and then have to get that all taken care of. And with a run flat, pretty much you're just going to have to drive it until where you get to where you need to go, and chances are you're going to have to buy a brand new tire because it's beyond repairable once you drive on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a better way where you can save your tire for $10. But let's do a Camaro SS MPP cold start before we go further. We got to hear that. MPP exhaust cold start. Don't you just love it? Okay, back to a temporary spare tire versus a run flat. So we'll start off with the Camaro. Like I said, the Camaro does not offer any kind of a spare, any kind of a pump. And if you go into the trunk and you lift up underneath, there is nothing where you can even put a spare, even if you bought one. So you've got all your electronic stuff right there on the left that controls the MPP exhaust. And of course, there on the other side, you've got some fuses that runs the car, and your tow hook that you can insert into the front of the grill of the vehicle. And as I was saying, for $10, you can save yourself a lot of headaches if you do get a flat tire. And of course, this is only for, small leaks and small punctures. Obviously, if you've got a big old puncture, this isn't going to work. Then you will have to exercise the run flat that's available on these tires that come with the car. But at Harbor Freight, as you can see, you can buy one of these pumps for $10. And sometimes they even have coupons that are online where you can get a few dollars off. I've bought many of these, and like I said, they're $10, and they work perfectly fine. They do sell some that are like $20, $30 and more, and I've bought many of those, and those don't last any longer than a $10 pump. So you pick one of those up at Freight Harbor, you put it in the trunk of your car, and if you ever do encounter a low tire where you had picked up something, then what you do, instead of using the run flat to get where you need to get to, you pump it up as you go to your service facility to get the tire taken care of. And hopefully by then you don't wear down the track or the tread on your tire where you need to buy a brand new tire. Now, of course, you know these tires on these Camaro SSs, they're not cheap. So that's what I use, and that's what I always carry, is a pump. You don't have to spend a lot of money, and hopefully that will save you from driving extensive periods to get to where you need to go and ruin your run flat tires. And I think these tires are like $350. But that's what I do for the Camaro. Now, on the other hand, the Mustang, okay, well, like I said, these don't come with a spare tire. All they do is give you a pump, a can of goo, and if you have a situation, then you exercise that stuff and put it in there to get to where you need to get to. And of course, you know the Mustangs do not have run flats. So mine is ordered with a spare tire. And now if you order one with a spare tire, it is not full size. It is still a temporary. But this is still better than putting the goo inside your rim and tires, where it's just going to be an added cost to take care of it. So of course, you know, this is a donut spare and it is for temporary use only. But I think out of the, you know, having no pump, having run flats, and, you know, to save yourself money or to get to where you need to go in a timely manner where you can get things taken care of, this is better than nothing. In fact, when these temporary spares came out, people didn't like it. And now, you know, you just wish all cars even had one of these. But anyways, as I was going back to the pumps, you don't need to spend a whole heck of a lot of money. Like this pump here I bought from AutoZone, I think it was like $20 on sale. Now these pumps I bought many of, and like I said, for twice the money, they don't last any longer than the one that I showed you that's in the Camaro for 10 bucks. So go to Harbor Freight and buy one of those pumps, put it in your car, and if you have a situation, it can save yourself a lot of money in replacing the tire. But of course, you know, I keep this in this car, but then yet I've also bought one of these $10 ones to keep in this car as well. Yeah, I do have a spare, but you know, it's a hassle. So if it really isn't something that bad where it's leaking, I'll just use these pumps right here and get to the nearest repair facility, because it's just a lot of headache and a pain in the ass to pull a spare tire out and all that stuff. But anyways, yeah, that's what I do as far as, you know, keeping pumps in the car to save myself from a lot of headaches. And I had a 2014 Mustang GT track package that just did not have a spare tire, and they didn't have run flats. So basically it was just a pump and goo. And I had ran over something when I had the 14. Basically what I did was I took that pump out and just pumped it, and monitoring the air pressure in the tire. And as it got low, I would pump it up, and I got to a tire place, and my tire was like not even worn because I kept the air up on it, and I didn't have to go and spend all this money and buy a brand new tire. But anyways, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Please like, subscribe, comment, tap the notification bell for future videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care.